So this video is for demonstrating our two-stage regulators that we have here on our calibration gases at the Red Deer College for use on our analyzers. I've got a nitrogen bottle right here. I'm going to show you guys how to start up the regulator, start using it on, for our analyzers, and then also how to shut it off. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this main discharge valve on the bottle. We should see the regulator pressure up. So they're about 2,500 psi, and then this is our regulated adjustment to regulate the discharge pressure out of the regulator. You can see it's still sitting at 0. So I go ahead and increase this. Usually we need to run it at about 5 psi because the analyzers can't handle any more than 7. So there I'm sitting at about 5 psi. I'm going to go ahead and open our discharge valve out to the analyzer. And so this here is going out to our analyzer, and I'll show you where the connection, where it connects to on the front of the analyzer cabinet. So down here we have our nitrogen right there. You can see it's labeled right here. So this comes out here, flows into our gas dilution station. I've only got the one side hooked up because we're only demonstrating how to start up the nitrogen bottle. This valve here should be shut on your odometer, and then, because if it isn't, the little ceramic ball in here can go firing up and possibly damage your odometer, so if it's open all the way. So we're going to go ahead and open this, increase it to the top range here, about 1,000 cc's per minute. So this is going to flow out of our gas dilution out here and then into our analyzer, goes through the analyzer and then comes back out on a vent line that we can either shut or close, but right now it's open, which it should be when we are flowing gas through the analyzer. And this now then flows out a stainless steel braided hose here to a vent line on our wall. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to go and we're going to shut off the nitrogen. So we'll go around to the back side of the cabinet here again. First thing we'll do is we'll shut off the main discharge valve, and right away we should see our pressure starting to drop off here. It takes a little bit here. Keep in mind we're 2,500 psi. We got to bleed it down at 1 liter per minute. So everything else is left, and I'll just maybe shut you guys off for a second. Once we're bled down, then we can continue. Alright, so we're just about bled off here. You can see our pressure is almost to the bottom. We should soon start to see this pressure drop as well. It might kind of climb initially and then drop off. So yeah, there it's kind of climbing, and then it drops right off. We can go around to the front of the cabinet here again, and we should see that our flow through our rotometer has dropped right off. The ceramic ball is sitting at the bottom. No more gas flow. We've bled everything off. This valve is the only one we've shut so far. Now we'll back the regulator all the way out, so when we start things up again, we will have 0 pressure on this gauge when we open this valve. And then we'll go ahead and shut this discharge valve out of the regulator as well. And now go around to the front of the cabinet and shut off, close the valve on our rotometer. So there, now we've shut the nitrogen off, and it's ready to go for whoever's going to work on it next.